6 Alpha Episode 45 Steam Edition.
I think we need to find a way to go to where the Epiphany crashed. Before that, we need to regroup with all the survivors around here. That'll be your job. Did you get hurt or something? Run along now.
Maybe a service.
Don't die out there. Good luck. Might really need it.
Special thanks to all the modders and the builders. Congratulations, Pathia.net. Planet Explorers 0.8 has been released. This is the old Shenzhen and a couple of ISOs from the builders. Bases, mecha, vehicles, and now with 0.8, boats. A little grid chart of how people are assuming the weapon system is balanced for when you're building them. Some of these, of course, are subject to change with each build that comes out. Go over to isoplanetexplorers.com. Download yourself a couple of really groovy ISOs. You can put them together stage by stage. Alter them as you see fit. The download is free. Just a reminder, the NPC contest and the fan art contest are officially closed for judging. I'm definitely not building that elaborate thing in this build. Nope. Just a little simple something. Unfortunately, whenever you get started building a base, at least in my case, you kinda get carried away. Here Newt is adding on to the facility with the repair machine in the top of the building corner, and the yellow one is the recycle machine. There's also an enhance machine. It'll make your weapons stronger and your armor as well. She hasn't built that one yet though. Probably will not. It's not of much real consequence to her. But you can imagine if she's got a weapon that's already hitting you at 760 and you enhance it, now it's hitting you at, I think they add almost an extra 300. So all of a sudden your weapon is hitting at over 1,000, making animals cry one blast at a time. Well, I'm not going to put too much into this base, unless I keep saying so, probably just to remind myself, but I'll make it look a certain way anyways, because I just can't stop myself. But I'm going to save up my real efforts for when it comes down to the new build that's been released, 0.8. I probably won't jump into that until the 0.81 or 0.82. And some of the bugs that have already been found out are cleared up. I am trying to give myself till this week to complete the story mode here of Newt's Journeys and see what the new build has to offer. I hear there'll be new NPCs, so the storyline should be a little bit different. But there's also other modes. A survival mode on the servers. Of course, the build mode is there, the adventure mode. It'd be interesting to see what they've got to offer. I'll be keeping the 7.6, of course, as a backup. All my saves will be backed up and stored somewhere else on the computer, so that if I ever did want to, I can reload the 7.6. On my computer right now, I have the icon that links me to Steam to activate Steam, and I have the standalone on the desktop. I can load into any and play the same game, altering it as I go along. Now, if you want to get rid of your saves because you've got this is a 0.8, simple process that I use, I'll take those saves, copy them, and place them in a different folder. And once I've done that, delete the saves that are there and start up the new game. When that's done, copy those saves, place them into your respective save folders, save someplace other than my documents, on a backup drive or on a flash drive, and I can load into them whenever I want to. So if I don't want to play the 0.8, I can always load back into the 7.6 or 7.4. I could even load into the 5.6. I've kept all those downloads up to this point so that if I ever wanted to go back, I can simply just go back and play it. If the family members wanted to play one of the older versions of it, that works better with their maybe older PC or whatnot, hand them that flash drive and let them go. You'll notice that I'm using a larger style of brick right now. They come in 3 distinctive sizes. The first size, of course, then you can double it, and then you can quadruple it. All access, you see the rectangle in the lower left. You see the ×2 and then the ×4. Accessed by the little arrows on both sides of your shapes. I know you can't see my mouse. I have that setting set so that it cannot be seen, so it doesn't interrupt the gameplay. But just to clue you in on what's going on. Building a base does take a lot of time, especially depending on how much details you put into it. And I've been gathering materials up to this point, so it's fairly easy when you've got 10,000 of something and 15,000 of something else. You can throw it in there. There's a bird outside of my window, making a chucking sound. Chuck, 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 chuck. Sounds like if someone's tapping on your fence. Doesn't even sound like a bird. But you look out the window, and what do you see? A little bird out there. Chuck, chuck, chuck. He seems to be timing his chucks to when I'm speaking. Maybe he wants to be famous. Well, you won't get famous here, buddy. We're not doing this to be famous. It's kind of funny if after all that the video goes viral because of the bird. Man, I would crawl into a corner and cry. Anyways, back to the seriousness of things. Oops, that was a mistake. Gotta keep it leveled, and there. 2 smokestacks on the outside of the building. Sometimes you let things show, sometimes you don't. Seal that off with glass. There we go. Oh, and it is a very good idea, in my opinion, to seal off your power plants. Don't leave them outside and exposed. What I have found is that these creatures, they will attack your power plants, damaging them severely. Make sure that your power plants are guarded. Cannons on the top of the buildings, positioned so that any creature attacking one building can be fired on by that building and can be fired on by a building across the parking lot or whatnot. Make sure that you can capture them in a crossfire. You'll eliminate them quickly before they can do any real damage. And put your most powerful guns on the roof. Artillery cannon, I recommend using that one. It can rotate and it can fire brutally. We're using some wood here just to offset the brick and the marble and the stone. Can't wait till I can save whatever building I build. That's going to be a prize. That alone makes the 0.8 just something wondrous and that I'm eager to play around with. Unfortunately, I won't be playing around with till this is done because I don't want to go through the effort right now of loading and putting back in any saves. And so I'll be waiting. Also, I'll be waiting for the 8.1 or 8.2, which will probably come out later down this week when the standalone comes out. You'll find some of the bugs firsthand and get those all set up and fixed. Before I start out, it makes for a smoother storyline, I think. Usually, I like to get in there really quick and be one of the first ones to help with the bug hunting. But with everything going on, I probably just will not have that kind of time. Not this week, anyways. Well, see, Newt's a bit tired, and she's a bit hungry as well. So, see, this is the repair bay. You can either access it by clicking on the repair machine itself. And there we go, repair this item. It says what we need, and it's off repairing it. Make sure the base has power. If it has no power, the repair machine will actually send up a notice that will say it needs electricity to work. If you do not see the notice pop up right in front of your screen, look to the lower left-hand side of the UI for the colony. When you open that up and you're trying to make the repair machine work, it'll say it right there. See, I'm going up on the roof now. Newt's going to place a cannon up there. There we go. The best thing for your bases, in my opinion, is the cannons and the missile launchers. The lasers sometimes don't hit their target and can be prone to glitches. Rockets are more of a surefire thing. Yeah, there it is. See, down there where it's got the little horn or bell, it sends little coded messages out. This item is being repaired and whatnot. You do that. Here we are in the power plant where you can take and drop your items in. And it shows how much fuel they have. That one's got 0, then 53. Now it just rose to 54. You can refill them by just taking them and place them right inside. When you're all done, either drag them back into your inventory or right-click in the 7.6 version, and they will also appear in your inventory. Spoiler alert, there's a glitch that will show up with the refueling, especially if your system crashes, if the game crashes. A glitch shows up and all your numbers are red in the refueler, and it doesn't make any sense. The count is wrong. It's showing a massive amount of fuel compared to the actual fuel that the vehicle can take, and it's red, and you're still trying to refill it. And unfortunately, this episode was larger than it was, and it was edited, so I can tell you right now, I ran into that problem. Yes, I do. In the end, solving the problem was fairly simple. I'll walk you through it when it comes to that time as well. I will put that in so that you can see it. I solved the problem by taking the vehicles and recycling them. All of them, because it cloned them. It cloned them 3 times. I had 3 of the same vehicle. It spread them all across my inventory. I just kept recycling them. And interestingly enough, although that each vehicle was exactly the same vehicle, creating a glitch in the game, when I recycled them, I got parts back for each one as if they were all separate entities. So I can't complain. I got an abundance of parts that I didn't have before. And try to save a checkpoint before and then a separate one after you place something into the base to be refueled or to be repaired. Repairing takes just over 11 minutes. But if you repair at Carter's camp, it's less time. It's seconds when you're doing it for a gun and all that kind of stuff. You just press the button. I don't know what the 0.8 will have to offer if they finally change it. But as of right now, in the version that I play, 7.6, that's how it works. Now I don't have doors yet, but just by placing in these window boxes, I can create an agent style door and block out anything that would otherwise try to get in. Sometimes the objects weigh heavy on the game's memory. Like I said previously, any background noises I'll have to apologize for. We've got workmen working on a property next door. And I've been somehow formatted to script to act as foreman here. So I get disturbances constantly for all kinds of things. They come here for, of course, water, bathroom breaks. The property next door has nothing to do with me, but you know, when you help out a neighbor, sometimes what they would let pass and ignore and say the person, the workman would have to deal with it. Sometimes you say, you know, a little kindness can go a longer way. So, Newt takes a little nap there and gets up in the morning ready to go again. It'd be nice when you can have lights that can be turned on and turned off. Now I do know we have the night lights, the blue fluorescent lights that come on automatically when it's dark and they turn themselves off when it is light. But I'm just saying that if you had one, that you had a switch on the wall that you can actually turn it on and off, that would be prime. Oh yes, I should mention, this was another little glitch. Sometimes you put something into the repair bay and you log off and you come back on, or you go someplace and you come back and it's not there. When that happens, yeah, like I was saying, something blew through the window. Got me coughing. Had to shut off the mic really quick. Now, like I was saying, I've run into the problem here, and I'm just trying to reload my checkpoint over and over and over again in the hope that my item will reappear. Because it really sucks when you put something down to be repaired or to be refueled, and you come back to find it and it's not in the repair bay. See? Now these numbers don't make sense. You can see that it's negative 17,292%. That makes no sense. And that was because I think I was trying to repair and refuel at the same time, and something just went horribly wrong. One of my vehicles disappeared from the refueler, and in trying to reload it, it messed everything up. So in the end, like I said, I'm going to take all these, after trying many, many times to refuel them, wasting my time in so doing, even doing a sleep through every 26, or I think it's 26 to 28 hours is the game time here. Letting her sleep for 3 days, and the vehicles would not refuel. It was just too slow. So with that glitch, there was nothing left to do than reload from a checkpoint and take those vehicles out as they started to clone themselves non-stop and recycle them. I'll be retrofitting new engines anyways for the 0.8 version, seeing what else has come out. So I've looked in there and I've compared my fuel cost, my fuel amount, to what the fueler is saying now, and it makes no sense. Yeah, I believe the repairmen next door are doing something, and whatever it is, it's blowing in through the windows here, and it's killing me because I can smell a chemical-like smell. So I'm gonna go radio silent for a minute and close down my windows and turn a fan on. I'll be back. Well, I'm back. I'm not 100% here, but I think I'm good enough to finish this. Still good. Got to do my taxes. Today's the due date, midnight tonight. So I'm going to try to get this episode out and go go do my taxes, something that I really don't care for. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So you can see again, we're using these Chinese windows as doors until we get some doors. That's a little better. I also tried to equip all of my buildings with ladders. The reason for this is so that you can get on the roof to service any of the equipment, or to get a better view, or to shoot some giant creature right in the face. I just noticed something really cool. That monkey had an animation where it put its hands to its mouth, like how a human would yell, "Yo, yo!" And it actually let out a sound. Yeah, there it is again. But he's off screen now. He turned back, like he was calling the other monkeys behind him. No, there he is. Or calling to them to find them. Oh, that's cool. 0.8 has more sea creatures. I even have a change list. I usually don't look at the change list too much, but it was a muchly anticipated update. So I had to look at the change list, and since it'll be a while before I start playing, I looked at the change list. More missions, more storyline, more area, like that invisible wall that I ran into an episode back. And took some crash damage. Should be moved further back so you have access to more of the new rainforest area. New NPCs, more storyline, and different things in adventure mode. I hear that the multiplayer is looking good. Just got to work on any bugs that we find, and that'll make it even better. I heard that there are some creatures that will attack you randomly out in the field. And this is a change from them being a passive creature that only attacks you when you attack them. I really hope, and I did state on the board, I hope it's not a glitch, and I really hope that they don't fix it and take it out, that a creature will attack you for territorial reasons. Or even that it sees you, and you're a threat, and it attacks you, and then either runs off or whatnot. That would make for an interesting game instead of, well, I know he's not going to do anything, I know he's not going to do anything. I mean, I live in the country, and if I pass a cow, you know that's a good chance that cow may ignore you, or it might charge you. It's just something that you're aware of. I think having that in the game where you can pass even a herbivore, a stag, and it just takes a swipe at you or charges you because you're too close to its babies, that would make for really interesting and intense gameplay. just minding your own business, thinking that you're going on, and all of a sudden, things start doing things. You're driving your vehicle across the savannah and creatures get kind of scared and start like a little stampede or something. Oh, the possibilities. The game is young. Give it time. We'll see how things go. And when it's open for the modders, and if you're able to mod different effects into the game, like games like Skyrim and stuff like that, where you can actually create towns and mod in different things, I think it could be very interesting. Very interesting. Well, we're going to try this refueler thing here again, obviously. But of course, you know that I know it's not going to work out. But that is okay. At least we'll get one of our vehicles up to speed. The strike cycle's looking good, but the aircraft is not. More glitches and crashes to come as I look at building. Haha, I spoke too soon. More glitches and crashes to come as I look at building the next part of the base, which is going to be the dwelling area. I'm not going to put in any beds, because if I do, the NPCs will change their structure and want to come to my base instead of giving me more missions out in the field. And I don't want them here yet. I'm going to finish off what I got to finish off, and then that will probably be the last thing that will be done on the 7.6 when they come on up to the base camp and see how things are going to wind themselves down. I noticed that in the 7.6 the power plant is more manageable. It doesn't quickly run out of fuel the way how it used to in previous versions. Nappy time. You see there, I sleep to get the vehicle refilled. Because if it's going to take 11 minutes to, basically 12 minutes to repair the vehicle, what do? You just sleep for 3 hours. If you sleep for 2 hours, you still get up and you've got a couple of seconds or a minute left. But if you get up from it and you're good, then you're done. I do it with the refueler too. And if you want that vehicle very, very quickly, I do this. Put it into the refuelers of the power plant. And then go to sleep approximately 3 hours. And it's refueled. Just like that. The other ones are glitching, of course. Oh, my throat is killing me. Oh, they're mixing something out there to repair the walls of the building next door. So I think this is where we're going to have to end off here. My throat's giving me a miserable time, and with the windows closed, it's still seeping in. And the fan's just kind of spreading it around, so I'll refill my power plants. See, no matter how much Newt naps, those things are not going to refill, and it's just going to drain more fuel stocks. In the end, this will be futile. It's just going to have to recycle these vehicles. Yeah, see? That was just a waste. Find my checkpoint, reload from there, and get rid of these vehicles. Well, this is the Marauder with Planet Explorers 7.6 Alpha, the Steam Edition. Newt's Journeys. I'm out. Special thanks to IncomeTech.com for the royalty-free music.
I'll go with Alfonso to the settlement. I agree with him that we Martians and the Earthlings need to be separated for now. If we all live together, there'll be too much tension from the inside. Even though I have a hard time trusting any Earthling, I still do believe that if we want to succeed on this planet, we need to work together.